While doing this project for this media studies assignment, I have learned a lot, and my skills are now a plethora of different things. It is so interesting how I've learned so much while going through this entire process. I really want to talk about it. So when we started, it felt like it almost there was I didn't know I had done the preliminary exercises, but it was still a very new experience for me because I didn't know how to deal with actors. I didn't know how to be on set. I didn't know how to manage everything and anything. If we start off with pre-production, there was so much ambiguity when I was writing the script and I was translating that script into the short list. And it was me constantly thinking how I wouldn't be able to execute this properly because it just felt like a daunting task. And as I made amendments to the script, when I was writing the script, I learned what the official formats for script writing are or screenwriting are, and I tried my best to follow that. And if you look at how the way the script is formatted, it is formatted in how an industry standard film script would be formatted in. Moreover, if you look at the short list, it is detailed. I also learned how to make a short list, of course, and even though it was in Microsoft Excel, I still learned how to break down different shots by reading off of a script, which was an insane skill. Moving forward, there was so I've learned so much regarding how to manage people. And it just kind of reminded me of the people who work in HR, how it's an insanely difficult job for them to handle people. And when I had auditions, although it was just four people, it just made me realize and it made me learn how to interact with people, how to explain to them everything, and how to give them direction of things, how to make them understand the feel, the tone, the vibe, the rhythm of what we're trying to achieve. In the production processes, I learned about how you in the production processes I learned how you actually be on set, direct people on set. The filming location that I choose for my film opening was a public area, and there were people passing by. So I had to learn how to avoid them and also make them feel comfortable so that they're okay with us filming the place. And it was a real challenge to keep them out of the frame at all times because there were people everywhere, and we wanted a look where we didn't want external extras to be in our film because we were following the conventions of a mystery and suspense film, where usually, you know obviously a huge crowd or random people would take from the mystery. It was a lot. I learned how to not film shots in a linear way, but in the way that suited best to the situation most. So, for example, from the script or from the shot list, shots. There were shots that I filmed before the other shots. It wasn't necessarily any order, and I think that was really interesting because I never imagined filming the any film other than its chronological order. But having said that, when I filmed the whole thing piece by piece in different frames, like let me give you an example, as if shot number 4 was shot before shot number 2, and so on and so forth. So this is non-linear way of getting the shots done was very interesting because it made me realize how versatile you need to be able to direct and also obviously capture everything that you want for your frame. In the post production, obviously, that was a very, very uh, hectic task because in my opinion, I think editing is possibly the most important part of creating an entire film. And just because it was it was such a different experience for me, and I just had to learn how to build tension, how to cut things in a way mm, where you have a cohesive visual and a cohesive story, and also the fact that when I was searching for scores for the film or the soundtrack of the film, I had to combine multitudes of different sounds, both diegetic and non-diegetic, which was an insane task for me, and it just felt so amazing when I put it together, and I could see the final result. It was amazing. There are so many skills that I have developed from the pre-production processes to all the way to the post-production processes, from screenwriting to scene breakdown to human interactions to following set rules to following rules of public places to give direction to communicate rhythm and tone and feel to other people and to be able to mix sound together in such a way that it makes for a cohesive and a very conventional way of making the film in this specific genre. So it's insane. The skills I've learned from this are almost too much to actually just comprehend.